Hello everybody, this is Johnny Ace with another vlog. In today's topic we're going to discuss more about my GSX-R. We're going to get a little bit more into specifics when it comes to the actual bike. What it is, what model, some of the things. We're not going to deep dive a lot onto the super, let's say, technical stuff, but we are going to mention quite a few information, and we're going to mention some specifics, what I've done and so forth, and what remains to be done, at least for the time being. Just to show, so I'm not just sitting at the front of it. This is what it looks like. Starting off, I will say it's beautiful. Sorry for the sound, I'm on a rolling chair. Starting off, I will say that it's a beautiful bike, it's gorgeous. Of course, it is a 20-year-old bike. So it's a 2005 model, GSX-R 1000 K5 or 2005 model, meaning that it's 2025 now, so it's 20 years old. Okay, that bike is an old bike, obviously. As far as the bike in general, you can go into details and have a read about it, but it is one of the best, one of the legendary old bikes. It has no assist, it has no traction control, no ABS, nothing. It's just pure talent, pure power. It is you, the bike and the road, nothing more, which means you have to be very cautious. It's got a lot of power, it's got 180 horsepower on the engine, around 160. Those numbers do vary depending on people and condition and so forth on the actual wheel. We're talking about 166 kilograms of dry weight, meaning that the proportion of the weight and the power is crazy, it's hectic, there's a lot of power. The way that the power is applied is also very important. Numbers don't mean nothing unless the power is actually executed properly. So this one has a very low, very sudden pull from low, mid and high rev range. Okay, so it's excellent across the whole thing. That can cause it to be a little bit on the aggressive side, meaning you can shit yourself. I'll say it as simple as that. The price that I got it was very good. I'm not going to say specific, but it was very, very good. And as I mentioned previously, the owner that I got it was also excellent. There are a couple of things that have been done to the bike, and when we're talking about a 20-year-old bike, you gotta realize that has been on multiple owners. So there was an owner, then the guy that I bought it from, and then me. So I'm the third, let's say, guy. And when you're talking about having multiple owners, that means that obviously there's going to be things done to it. I had a look a little bit just to see some things, whatever I can, without taking away apart a lot of the fairings. Mostly due to time-wise. I don't have the time at the moment to actually get into it. Most of my time that I dedicated, at least to this point, is taking it out for drives. Because I have not taken it to my mechanic yet, so my mechanic has done the check as I bought the bike and he seems to be good, at least when it comes to the chassis, the engine and so forth. But I do want him to take care of it. I did see that it was burning oil at some point, but it's not something that it does constant. It did it when it was like stationary, a bit of white smoke came from the back, and then it stopped doing it. So because I'm not 100% sure, and there can be many reasons. It can be something electrical when the front dash loses connection for a few seconds with the ECU. There's things that can go wrong. The crankshaft case pressure can increase, which can cause additional pressure, and if there is a piston ring or if there's a valve seal or something which is worn, because like I said, 20-year-old bike, it can force oil there, you know what I mean? So there's multiple things that can that could excuse why I saw what I saw. I'm not to the point that I'm getting worried about it. Obviously, all these things I have communicated with the mechanic, and he told me that it's nothing really to worry about, but do take care in the sense that don't fucking redline it. I'll put it simple as that. Don't redline all the way. And obviously, because I'm new to it, I'm not going to redline it. I have opened the gas quite a bit, just to get a sense of what it's like. It cannot be compared to my previous bike. It cannot be compared to a 600 bike when it comes to power, acceleration, and so forth. It is quite comparable. Got a bad voice today, sorry. It is comparable when it comes to actually the ergonomics. This is much more comfortable than my specific 600 that I had previously. So when I say new bike, I mean it's a used bike, but it's my new bike. But it does have some things which, if you have been driving a 600 Super Sport, I think you are for more than, let's say, a year, so you're going to accustom to a couple of things. And obviously, if you do a couple of riding schools, we're in Greece, so we have some riding school courses which are very important. They provide you with a lot of information. Unfortunately, I have not done them. It is something that I would like to do, and not just the riding school. There's other schools as well that I would want to go, but because of time, money, obligations, and stuff, I have kind of neglected that. I put it on the side, but it is something that it's worth investing. You know what I mean? When it comes to doing things for our bikes, usually we put a lot of money on accessories and stuff, and we don't pay attention on school, on getting our skills better, which is quite important. So in that sense, it is something that you can do, and then for sure you can easily go to a 1,000 liter bike. And again, it depends which 600 and which 1,000 liter bike you're going to go to. When I say 1,000 liter bike, I'm talking about the same thing. Liter bikes, some people call them 1,000 cc, just so people don't get confused. 1 liter equals 1,000 cc, cubic centimeters. So it is something that is doable, but you do need to take care. If you go for a much newer bike, then there's a lot of more assists in relation to this one. The K5 literally has no assists. As far as technology goes, it has the slip clutch. There's no quick shifter. There's no things like that. The slippy clutch is very important, especially when downshifting, to make sure you avoid any back wheel hops. It has a stabilizer, which means it avoids any tank slaps. It's not electronically controlled again, but it is a stabilizer. In order for you to buy a stabilizer, a good stabilizer on a 600 Super Sport, which is usually from the factory don't come with a stabilizer, you're looking around between 400 and 600 euro. So it is quite expensive. It is an investment. This bike has it by factory, and usually the 1,000, the liter bikes, they have them by factory. It's gorgeous, I love it. Much more comfortable. Some of the things, just to have a look at it, it has the factory mirrors, it has factory levers, brake lever and clutch lever. It has some Rizoma end bars. These are aftermarket, but the guy has placed. They're gold color in order to simulate the gold on the suspension. This is a custom sticker, again, to simulate those two, with the Yoshimura logo onto it. As of factory, it comes with titanium, a full titanium exhaust system, meaning the catalytic, the headers, and the end pipe is all titanium. It's a Yoshimura end. It's got an RG protector, an extra RG protector. The way that has been mounted is it has a machine bracket at the back, which means that there's no need for it to attach to the back peg. This is very important because if you want to take the back pegs and your exhaust is attached to them, you might not be able to do so. I did try it without the pegs. Since I've got a hard seat, there's no point to it, but overall I think it looks better with the pegs. But I did take them out. It did look a little bit more sporty, a little bit more a GP, let's say, but I tested it. The number plate, I changed it. It had the factory one. Obviously, I put a custom number plate just to tie up the behind, let's say. The brake lines are not high pressure on the back. You don't really need high pressure cables on your back brakes, because the whole point of the back brakes is to provide more of a soft feel to it. In comparison to the front brakes, which they have high tension steel cables, again by factory. It's got inverted Kayaba forks. Tokito brake lamps, 4-piston brake lamps at the front. Size-wise, as per my previous 600 bike, they have the same calipers, but the forces applied different, so it grabs much more sharpened. It has a small brake reservoir that actually increases the brake performance further. I think that's pretty much it. I'm looking at it because I might be forgetting things, obviously. The tires is something that needs to be changed, for sure. Not to the point that it's dangerous. It's wearing the Michelin GP, which are old tires. Now we have the Michelin GP2. And if I'm going to put tires, I'm contemplating between the Michelin GP2 and the Michelin Pilot Power 2 CT, which is an old tire, much cheaper tire, but it has been proven to be very good. On high speed stability, it might lose a little bit, but when it comes to grip, it's excellent. And as far as availability goes, it's easy to find them also. So I'm thinking about that. It had a couple of stickers, to tell you the truth, which I did not like. The previous owner had like a Valentino Rossi sticker at the back here. It had some GoPro stickers. I took all that out. I tried to keep it as minimal as possible. But I did add a few of my stickers. I'll show later which ones there are. Something that I've done to it already. Let's go this way. Not much really. I mean, there's not much to be done in a bike as such. Since we talked about the tires, I'm running 32, 36. It seems I've tested a few different ones, and it seems that that's the perfect balance. Those can change between different tire brands, but at the moment, 32, 36 is perfect. As per factory, usually it's 36, 42. So I'm running on the low side, but the weather is hot also, so you know. I put the tank pad grips at the side here. These offer excellent grip. Let me just move the camera just to show. I also added the one design here, so that it had an older sort of protection tank sticker here, but it was all worn out on the side. So I put this one black, not a lot of carbon and stuff like that. At the front, you can see that has the sticker, which is like carbonish looking like with the GSX-R symbol on it. I left that as it is. I don't mind it. It had a couple of factory stickers here, which were like warning in the mobilizer system. I took that out and cleaned it out to be nice. This one was as per purchase. It is good quality. It has not, any issues. So I decided to leave it as is. The tank pads, as I mentioned, let me show them closer. They've got very nice grip. Because this is a little bike and because there's a lot of power, you seem to be sliding back on your seat. So this actually gave me a lot of more control and comfort. By factory, at the back here, there is a gray Suzuki sticker, which I replaced with a gold symbol of Suzuki to keep it a little bit more minimalist and a little bit more vivid. So there's a gold component at the back. There's a gold component here and here, let's say, and there's a gold component at the front also. So there's another Suzuki gray sticker, which I took out. It was a little bit worn, to tell you the truth, by the sun. So that was another reason why, but I just needed an excuse to put the gold there. So if you look from far away, there's a little bit of gold there, a little bit of gold here, a little bit of gold there. So that's pretty much it. That's what I've done to the bike. So like I said, nothing major, just a few stickers here and there. So far it's been good. I've been taking every day at night time. Usually I'll wait for the weather to go down a little bit and enjoy like longer rides because it's very hot, but I do take it to work. I take it on a daily. And for jobs, it's like I'm looking for an excuse to take it. I think this is pretty much it. I'm very, very happy. Very happy with a worry as far as getting into the mechanic and getting it checked so that it's on tip-top condition. I don't want to make any assumptions until my mechanic has taken it off. The process is he's going to take all the fairings, he's going to check all the electrical things. There's a lot of people sometimes that put immobilizers, they take them out, they put them on, alarms, power commanders, they can play around with electronic and that can cause issues. And then he's going to check for any oil leaks that might excuse the burning of the oil. And then if nothing else is found, the last component which I'll discuss with him is for him to actually open the engine, but it is a little bit more costly. So I'll see if it gets to that point and if it's needed or not. Just staying on the side so you can actually see it also. Like I said, it's beautiful, I'm very happy. Another problem that I found was the mirrors. The mirrors, and this is, it's like a wear that happens over time. The mirrors were loose, so whenever you drove, the mirrors are able to fold the way back. But because they were loose, as I was driving, and not crazy speeds, they were folding in. There is a process on how to fix these, so you can avoid buying new mirrors. And part of that process, which I'm going to explain, it's quite simple. Basically, there are two screws at the bottom that you take out. there is a cable which connects the flashlight. Since it is in the mirror, you have to unhook it, you unscrew it, you pull the cable out, and then you take the mirror out. There is a plastic case at the top, and once you take that out, you will see on the top side there's like a round rivet, and at the bottom side there's another round rivet. In between those two rivets there's a spring. That spring over time it becomes a little bit loose and therefore has a lot more free play. That's why when you drive the floor folds in. What you do is you take two nuts, you put one on one side and one on the other side, and you're supposed to pressure it. On the bottom side you have to make sure that it is not you don't hit or you don't pressure the outside, but rather the inside ring. So basically it's one which goes inside the other. You need to actually put a nut, like a screw nut, which actually fits on. And then what you can do is you can actually hit it with a hammer in order for you to push it down. That's what I did. But I have seen other people with workshops, which is a little bit more safer. What they do is they take a vice grip, they place the mirror, they put those two nuts and they squeeze it. They squeeze it quite a bit, and that forces that nut to actually push again, and then it becomes perfect. So now it's quite steady. Okay, I did test it on the road also, so that was one of the things. That's about it. As you can see, Team Suzuki. I'm obsessed. I think that's pretty much it. I mean, just to explain the bike, the model, what it is, around the figures, the power figures, and so forth. There's a lot more things to discuss. And there's a lot of more things that I don't even know, you know what I mean? Like I've read about them, but I have not really tested them just to, when we talk about times and stuff like that. Anyway, that's about it, guys. I'd like to thank you all for your time. I hope you enjoyed the video, but there will be more to come. And I'll bid you goodbye. Goodbye.